man of Maranatha of Detroit, Michigan, where everything depends upon a proper understanding of Genesis 3:15. For the Most High God said to the serpent, I will put enmity between you and the woman. Her seed's heel will bruise your seed's skull. There is an eerie darkness up here in Detroit now. It's eerie to me. I know we're getting close to, December 25th. But the sky it's just like it's on the cusp of being between the hues of black versus a dark blue. But it has a hint of red. And the last couple of days, I've noticed that the sunrise, the sky up here is, it's red. Now, I don't know if it's the planet or what it is, but it's just something, it's like Phil Collins. It's something in the air tonight. And I don't know what it is, but I'm watching and I don't know what I'm seeing, but I just sense a eerie sense of darkness. Now, many people celebrate December 25th as the birth of Christ. And, that's their prerogative. From my view, Christ being the light of the world and the fulfillment of Genesis 3:15, he was conceived on December 25th. All of the holidays, holy days, the Moedims of God, all was a somewhat of a sign or a prefiguration or a sign for us to understand the true incarnation of Christ. All of the signs of the Old Testament personify Christ. So with this December 25th, I look at it as the conception of the Messiah. When Mary and Joseph got together, Luke 3:23, Joseph was the literal father of the Messiah. And 9 months later, he tabernacled, Feast of Tabernacles. He tabernacled amongst Israel. And 9 months later, being September, more like September the 11th. Now, what people have done, pagan, demonic, whatever you have, they wish to celebrate their tree and ordain it with silver and gold. That's their king. That's their representation of light and understanding. But the Messiah is the true seed of the woman, the branch of Jesse, the root of David. He is the true tree of life. But you got to know which seed, because if a seed does not bear good fruit, you ought to cut it down. The celebration of cutting down a tree and ordaining it with silver and gold on December 25th, it's not biblical. It's biblical in the sense that it has been done. It is a practice that has been done, but by who? And was it ordained by God? Was this act, something that was pleasing to God. You know, we really don't know where the origins of cutting down a tree and ordaining it with silver and gold comes from. I mean, even the reasons that we have, you know, come across as in our studies to explain, you know, paganistic ideas, those too are, you know, the traditions of men. You know, people don't know where these ideas come from. But if you come to the Most High God as a child and you begin to talk to the Most High and you reason with the Most High, some things ought to make sense. For example, Friday to Sunday is not 3 days and 3 nights. So how can you worship on Sunday? He's the Lord of the Sabbath, and in him we have our rest. As the prophet Daniel said, that the Messiah will be cut down in the middle of the week, and 3 days later he would rise. The middle of the week is Wednesday, and 3 days later is the Sabbath. So when you or we reason and we're trying to gather and gain truth and understanding, we ought to be able to put aside our thoughts and the things that we have been taught by in religion. It may be rough and hard to put away Egypt, but God is very patient with us, and he is trying to weed out and rid all of our desires to this world, so that when we come into the new world that he has created for us, we will not have the stain of Egypt upon us, on our garments, upon our minds. Remember how the Israelites, when they left Egypt and God took them out into the desert, they complained, they murmured, they wished that they were back in Egypt in bondage. Many of you are very comfortable with what America and what this world has to offer. But God is about to test us to see if we are really dependent upon him. Remember how he told Eve, you know, because you've done this, I am going to make you have a desire for your husband and your husband alone. See, whatever Eve had done, it had altered her paradigm, her vision, her mindset, that she wanted to do what she wanted to do. And it's not so much she was willing to fulfill her purpose of being a helpmate to Adam. But what God had done is he had, you know, rewired or hotwired Eve to the extent that she would have a desire for her husband alone. Yes, she had the freedom. She exercised her freedom. It was outside the boundaries of what God had wanted. But yet, her purpose was to be for Adam. Our purpose is to be for the Messiah. And God has hotwired some of us, some of you, to only have a desire for the Messiah. God has given Israel a divorce papers. He's not married to Israel anymore. God has a wife. The Father has a wife. But now he has given the decree, the matrimony, the contract is now available for the Messiah's bride, the ecclesia, not the church. The church does Sunday. The ecclesia does the Sabbath. You need to find out which husband you are really looking at. Whose your eyes are focused upon which groom. For the darkness is coming. The darkness is here. I hope that you have your oils prepared so that you will be able to light your light for the world so that they may know who the true Messiah is. This is the conception of Israel. I'm the man of Maranatha of Detroit, Michigan.